back to another episode of the GameDay Squad Rugby League show, where this week Josh goes up 4-2. I'll get it out the way from now while the intro music's still playing in the background. Hopefully no one heard that, but I am down 4-2.
Yeah, mate. Total score 1034, rank 63.
Total score 931, rank 109. I missed out on the top 100.
It's not bad.
All legends fall in the making, that's what I've been told.
You know, I mean, you can only go up from here.
I can only go up from here.
Unless I keep going up.
And we move on already. Strikes, spare, misses. I think we'll credit where credit's due. Josh's squad did really well. He's invested. We said that we'd be putting a little bit of money into it, not too much, just $20. He's invested well. He's done well. My question for the fans, we're not going to do a fan question this week. I want to know where you guys think I should spend my $20 because my squad needs to improve. We'll go through my squad now, then we'll go through Josh's, just so you guys know where we're at. And I think my squad needs some improvements. I got some cash to spend. I've held on. I wanted to see how Josh played his cards and what he did with his squad. But my question to the fans is, what should I do with my $20? What would you do if you had it? So let us know. But Josh gets the win. He goes up 4-2. Do we want to go straight into reading out our squads?
Yeah, let's go into it before we start. I'm going to start first.
You start.
All right.
It's only fair. Champion starts.
Alrighty. In the hooker position, I got Harry Grant. In the middle, Tarpany, Fanua Blake, Adam Elliott. My edge players, Jeremiah Nenai, Ola Kawatu. My halves pairing, Shaw Johnson and Munster. Then we go into the centre position, Val Holmes and Lomax, dangerous together. I think we've worked that one out.
Yep.
Then we got Talagai and Brian To'o. This is for this week, yeah?
Yeah.
And then Ryan Pappenhausen at fullback. And then, a gold Tommy on the bench. We love that. Valentine. Then we go into Dylan Brown, Jacob Little, and Jackson Ford.
Gold card.
So that's my lineup.
So Josh is pretty stacked. I got to say, though, I don't think my squad's that far off. I know I lost this week, but I don't think I was that far off, given that I haven't spent anything yet.
Yeah.
I'll start with the hooker position. I've got a gold Reed Marnie.
Nice.
And then the middles, I got Jermaine Hopgood, Utakamanu, and Terrell May, all bronze there. My edge players, I got Nanai and a gold Hudson Young.
Yep.
Handy with a try this week that just passed. Jerome Hughes, gold card, Nico Hines, bronze. And then the back line, bronze, I've got Schiller, Tupou, Val Holmes with a gold Zach Lomax.
Nice.
Fullback, I've got Drinkwater. And then my reserve fullbacks, Reece Walsh, Stephen Crichton, Cameron Munster, Jake Trebojevic, Reece Robson. What I'm looking to do is get rid of I don't think my golds have been that effective. I need a diamond or a platinum. I need someone insane who's going to score points week in, week out, and then fix up the bronze players around them. I think that's going to be my tactic going forward, but I want you guys to know, I want to know from you guys rather, where you think I should spend the $20 that I've got in the bank. Anyone who you've got in your squad, but not in your actual 18 that score points, anyone you've got that you feel like you don't know if you bring them in this week or not?
It's tough, man. Like, there's not many players who are scoring very well to feel like, I'm going to play them every week.
And there have been so many upsets that I feel like even though we do target certain matchups, and that is the way to go, there are still standout players that they just shine out of nowhere. Like who would have thought like Jermaine Jolliffe would be a top scorer?
No, for sure. I know what you mean there.
Are you for real? He's second highest amount of points. And you wouldn't have seen that coming at all. Jamal Fogarty in the top 10 this week. Yeah. Like when we talk about halves, who speaks about Fogarty?
No, it's true.
So it's hard, and that's why I wanted to ask you the question. Like, would there be anyone that you feel as though you could bring in based off their matchup or anything at all? Because no one comes to mind with me. I'm looking for expert advice off you now.
No, I don't think. I think it really is all that matchup. Who's gonna be that player that break the game? Because we've seen we'll get into it soon, but certain players just want to have the ball in their hand, and those players just seem to score points every week.
They're just ready for it. One of which being Sean Johnson. But I guess we'll jump straight into it. But strike, spare, misses. I'll go first up here, and I'd say my strike, Terrell May, my rooster. Love him. I genuinely think he should be on the bench for the Blues in the Origin series. I know we're still 50 days away, but honestly, his ability, his fitness, running hard, tackling hard, doesn't miss a tackle, offload ability, he just keeps pumping. He keeps the ball alive. Even got a try assist out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. Terrell May for me, he scored 67. That's a bronze card. I'm looking at getting an upgrade there maybe, or just be humble and keep the bronze. But honestly, he's my strike. He's a standout player, and wait till we see him play big minutes consistently. He'll be a superstar in the future.
Can't be wrong there. So, I mean, no one's gonna be surprised by this one. My strike.
Who'd you get? SJ or Cherry?
It's Sean Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, gold Sean Johnson.
Just,
Go back to back, over 100 points again, 105, and he was everywhere. You know, he just doing everything once again. I can't fault his effort, and he just stays in my squad because he just keeps on putting in the effort for the Warriors. And he's that player that's just breaking up the game. And we saw they were down and out last 5 minutes, and he just won the ball. They were doing nothing, but he just won the ball.
He does everything. He even milked that penalty.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Then kicks 2 points. So
more points for the players on the field, really. But yes, SJ, if you don't have him in your squad, if you don't have bronze, I mean, pick up a silver, man. You need him in your squad because it looks like he's in for a chance to be fighting for this Dally M this year.
yeah.
Most say he should have got it last year, but
Well deserved last year, but missed out.
It gives him motivation to keep going this season. So, you know, I think pick him up early if you don't have him. If you're lucky enough to pack him.
Yeah. But we spoke about it long and hard last week.
Yeah.
And we're like, what do you do? What do you do? And it turns out to be, you know, what don't you do? Like you actually, I feel like we're getting to the point where you need him. And we'll touch on that because I've got a few other things to say about halves.
Yeah.
But honestly, he's set the standard.
Yeah. I mean, that right side is dangerous for the Warriors. I mean, they got Roger on the left side, but it seems like they're going right more often than not. So,
yeah, I think teams are getting ready to defend Roger.
Yeah.
And then they get caught off guard. It's probably the Warriors' plan.
yeah. So I think now we've seen a few games. We're in round 7 now. I think we know what their game plan is. So I think if you want to get up at the table, you want to get hit top 100 or even top 50, you need SJ in your squad.
Yeah. So look to get him in. My spare this week, another player in the halves. Could you guess who it is?
Let's go Hines. Yeah.
Here's my spare, 51. Sharks coming back off a bye. They haven't been playing incredible footy this year, but I just think against a depleted Souths, the way they managed to concede so many points, almost choke that. And Hines didn't take control. And you've been saying it all season about the whole Trindle factor, but I've still overlooked that because Hines is still so damaging and does score points. And he has scored points. Like I can't fault him on that. He scored 51. It's not bad, but it's not a Sean Johnson score.
Yeah, of course.
It's not a Daly Cherry Evans score. So Hines' place in my squad will just be very match dependent, whereas I feel like SJ you could play in week out as one of those players.
Yeah.
But obviously the beauty of GameDay Squad, as we always say, each week it's a new competition. Like I'm looking to go down 4-3, not 5-2 next week. So, Hines, it's an interesting one. They've got Cowboys who do leak a lot of points this week.
Yeah.
But I'm just not sure because Sean Johnson's got the Dragons. So, you know what I mean? It's like, do I need to make a play there? But yeah, he's my spare. Not great, not bad. 51.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad spare.
Yeah.
But I've gone for someone scored a bit less for me because I was disappointed. I thought he would score more. But anyways, they got Little, 30 points. I mean, when I was watching him, he was playing good footy. I don't know, but with the 30 points, it put in a bit of a perspective. Like, if he's played a great game, can he even break more than 50 points in a game? You know, and he's a player where he does get involved. It's just, does he do enough?
Yeah.
The ball? You know, getting a penalty doesn't earn you the points. You don't get rewarded for those effort plays. But he's a great little player to have if you do have him. But yeah, I think going into next round, might have to look elsewhere from my squad.
I mean, if he doesn't make he made a couple errors, gave away a penalty, missed 5 tackles, like you take all that out, he's scoring 45 and you're like, okay.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, he was my spare this week. I think he's a player that might make the squad again or, you know, just doesn't make the cut.
Yeah, and it was his 100th game too, so maybe a bit of an omen there, putting him in there.
Yeah,
but my miss, Nanai, 29 points scored with a try.
Is that a special card?
I believe so. I believe I played I'll double check that if I actually played a special
let
or not.
Let us know.
Let's have a look how I played.
It's normal.
Here we check any. Yeah, that was normal. 29.
Wow.
With a try scored against Para, who haven't been doing too well. He is my miss and won't be my squad this week.
It's funny because it's my miss as well.
Really?
Yes.
Special card or?
Silver.
Okay, so you played a special.
I think it was like 32 points.
Yeah.
So that wasn't good. I mean, those would both have the same miss. I reckon he was the difference for me making the top 40. Him and Little.
What'd you come?
I came 63rd. I reckon, if I get 50 points between those two players, I'm well and truly in the top 30. So
honestly, he hits the line hard and damages and offloads, and we didn't see any of it.
Yeah, he didn't get much footy at all. I think with the Cowboys, just like the Warriors, their left side is very dangerous. The Cowboys, they love going left.
Val's side.
Yeah. And that they're just going to keep. It looks like Tommy Dearden just wants control of the ball. Chad Townsend looking a bit slow with
He's
the
looking
footy.
like a passenger now. Yeah.
And it looks like it's just Tommy's, the captain, Tommy's team. And I mean,
rightfully so.
Special mention, Ruben Cotter in the middle. Man, that guy's an absolute beast.
Cotter's a workhorse, man.
I can't believe I think he got nearly knocked down in the first minute. And they just taped his head up and he just...
And he's ready to kick on. Every team needs a Cotter.
I think he's one of the best players to come. But yeah.
Especially for his size too. Like that can't be undervalued. Like he's not big.
Wish it was from New South Wales, but it is what it is. But back to Nanai, it's kind of disappointing and it's a bit of pressure on him. Is he going to stay in the squad? Because, we thought he would be in our squads pretty much every week. But if he's not going to be playing...
Yeah.
On the side, Cowboys are going to want to attack on, then maybe he's not suited for the squads.
Yeah. Not suited. I got a lot of options actually, and I don't want to be going through my squad completely.
Yeah, but the second row position...
second row has options.
There's a lot of options in the second row.
But it's not easy.
No, it's not.
It's not easy. And just looking through, I'm scrolling here for ages. There's heaps.
You can look for ages.
You can look for ages. So you guys should be as sorted and as stacked as we are in that regard. But it's all about who you want to play. But we'll move on from strike spare misses onto on the radar. And I've got like we always say, transfer market, someone who we'd look to purchase if we were in your position or even our position ourselves. But on the radar, someone we need to take a close look at. And I've got two players on the radar, as I usually do, and the first one is Selwyn Cobbo. Now, Cobbo, natural freak, always active, always wants the ball, very hungry for it no matter what position he's playing, can cover like center, wing, fullback. Broncos have kind of shifted him around due to injuries. Honestly, I want to see how well he scores against a tougher opposition when playing center.
Yeah.
Because if he can score well, then when he goes back to the wing, he's going to have even more carries.
Yeah.
So it's like, is he someone that you just need to make sure he's in your squad, even if you're not playing him in your 18 every week, just your extended squad? Yeah. Is he someone that needs to be there? For me, I don't want to say yes yet, but there aren't looking like there's too many better options. He's a very safe player, I feel.
Yeah, he is very safe. I agree with you.
Definitely on the radar for me.
Definitely someone to watch for. For me, young Galvin needs to be watched, especially this round, off the back of a suspension. All eyes are on him. Yeah. Tigers, back-to-back losses. Correct,
yeah, since he's gone.
He comes back into the side.
And they're versus the reigning 3-time premiers.
Tigers did beat Penrith last season and biggest upset of the season.
And it was this exact game, right? In Bathurst.
It was this exact game, and I wouldn't be surprised if Galvin is the difference. No Cleary, no Sorensen, or is Sorensen back in?
Oh, I have to double check that.
Well, let's not look too close into it, but no Cleary, biggest out of them all. Galvin comes back. Can Galvin take control of this team and make it his own? Because if he does, I'll tell you what, he's a player you could pick up and, mate, he's an attacking freak as well.
Yeah, Sorensen is back, but I don't know. I still think Galvin would be in for a big one.
Yeah.
Even when he's not he's demanding everything. Like Caesar is kind of making sure the team goes okay, and he lets Galvin be him. sort of thing. How good has Caesar been as well? Like just off topic, not fantasy related, but
he's brought composure into the squad really. So
and he's allowed Galvin to shine. I feel so
That's
perfect for a young young half.
Especially for a young. He's not too big. Like he's got good size to him, but having a player like Justin Olam on his left, who can just
here you go, mate. Cheeky little pop and watch him damage.
One or two times in a game is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So.
And it's what you want. So a good one there. My second guy on the radar, Dylan Brown. Without Moses, this guy's. I said he'd be running the team, and I told you how much I love Dylan Brown. I've said it to everyone that I think he's an exceptional player, but I've gone a bit quiet on him the last couple of weeks, only because I just feel he was playing out of position, and there was too much responsibility on him. I didn't know what was going on. But you see, Brad Arthur finally put him back into his natural position, and it's like, damn, this guy really is the Dylan Brown we know.
Why is he on your radar, mate? You should be a transfer market.
Thing is, he's on my radar because I've actually got him.
Yeah.
But I'm struggling to play him because Para haven't been doing too well, and he struggled so hard when Moses went down. But now he's back on my radar.
I get you. But with a player like him, he has the ball. He hasn't had to score points. He's got tackle breaks, offloads. And his try assist game is really strong. So especially that left side of Para, which I think is more dominant than the right side.
Yeah, but we've been waiting all season for Sean Lane to do something, and he's still been...
it's true. It's true. But I think a player like Brown, he just always has the foot in his hand. I think he had double the carries he's averaging all season just in that game last week. So good signs, and I think you should be getting him in your squad ASAP. If I have any advice.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the superstar advice from Josh. Who's your player on the radar, second player?
Well... To be honest, I don't have another one.
Is that a flex? Or?
It actually is a flex. Like, I didn't mean to. Because, honestly, I don't need Galvin, but I just think to give advice to the fans watching. But
Josh has grown into... He's gone up by 2 here, and then the confidence has gone through the roof. The Bulldogs played a half-decent game against Melbourne, and then Josh is thinking that they're actually a premiership threat now. They already got the job over my team, so I've already copped it. It's looking like a positive, too good of a start. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything for you. Not sure.
No, I don't mind.
Oh, man,
let's move into the transfer market.
Well, we better move into it. It looks like at this point you're going to sign no one.
No, what do you mean?
I mean, it looks like you're stacked.
I am stacked.
Have any of us made the top? No, we haven't made the top 10 or 20 yet.
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Okay.
Sorry, it'll come.
All right.
Stay consistent.
So for it to come, I feel as though Sean's nickel Klugstad.
Nice.
Someone you need to purchase. Fullback position, very hot.
Yeah.
Awesome fullbacks, attacking threats, left, right, and centre. See an outside back like Manu go in there and do a job and do a really good job, end up with the second highest points scored for the round. But CNK, he's come back. We've seen him play 2 weeks of footy, and gee whiz, it looks like he hasn't even missed a beat.
Yeah.
I just thought like Sean Johnson would dominate, and then I was scratching my head like, oh, how's Roger going to get involved? And then it's like, damn, are we going to see someone else steal the points?
Yeah.
But not. And, you were talking about like them going to one side, like the right side over the left, and then Sean Johnson scoring so well. How do you think Sean's has been able to score this well? Like,
I think, like I always say, he just gets his hands on the ball. He
scored 80 points.
He takes the tough carries. He might get 1 or 2 line breaks in a game, but his late offloads and he just carries on the back fence. I think he just kind of like a Dylan Edwards, but a bit more like to his game, I reckon, in terms of creating more chances through the middle in their half. So, one line break one line break assist is very common for Chance. So I think that's where he gets his points from. He's just because he's always there.
He is. I mean, he scored the fourth highest point. He's the 4th highest point scorer for the round, and it's his second game back. Like, he scored 80 points.
Well, yeah, I think. Yeah, it's actually crazy numbers.
It's crazy considering Sean Johnson scored what? Without a special card, he was on like 85 or something.
Well, it's no coincidence that Sean Johnson scored his 2 highest games when Chance has been back for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they work hand in hand so well, but you don't see that with all teams.
No. But
if Cleary gets a crazy score, you don't see Edwards getting those scores that CNK gets. So that's why he's someone on the transfer market that I'm like, you know what, I've just got to put my money where my mouth is and bring him in.
Yeah. You know what? Agreed.
Now I kind of wish I didn't tell you that.
For me, I've gone Tarpany. Mainly because I think people are struggling in the forward
Yeah.
role. And I think Tarpany, I've had my eye on him for a few weeks. Now his base stats are crazy.
His post-contact, mate, just watching that game,
Yeah.
I was like, they can't stop the legs. They just keep pumping.
Well, he scored 63 points without,
That's no attacking stats.
not really. He literally was just base stats. And I obviously went to extra time, give him a few extra points.
Yeah.
Not a lot. But, if he grabs a try or grabs a, late offload try assist,
You're looking at an 80-point game.
he could, really easily. I mean, I think Fanua Blake's, obviously the top dog in that category.
He literally screams
With
points.
a few others doing very well.
Should we just have the whole Warriors team?
I don't know. It's looking like that, to be honest.
The Warriors team should be your squad.
If you wish they allowed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
But, man, that's why I don't. Because of the Warriors.
Yeah.
I think so. But yeah, Tarpany, player from the Raiders. I think he's my only player. If I buy him, he'll be my only player from the Raiders.
I got Schiller, and he didn't do a bad job because he knows how to score tries. I had him filling in this week. Did all right. Scored 47.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
apart from that, you wouldn't really have a Raider in your squad.
Yeah, so there you go. If you want a Raider in your squad, pick up Tarpany.
There we go. Well, speaking about halves, not that Tarpany's a half, but we were speaking about them earlier. Hines and Sean Johnson and Moses and Brown and Galvin at 6. I'm thinking there's another 7 in mind who we haven't spoken too much about, but he's been dominating, and the older he gets, the better he's playing. This bloke was your 3rd highest point scorer this round. Daly Cherry Evans. Sure, the game went to golden point, got those extra minutes, but nothing crazy in those extra minutes. There was no match-winning field goal, try assist, nothing. Ended as a draw, and still he scored incredibly well. Seriously, he's getting better each game.
Yeah.
Is it time where we bring these people into our squad and then debate over who we have in the 17? Like, do you need to actually go out there actively and get Sean Johnson, Nico Hines, Daly Cherry Evans, Nathan Cleary, and just rotate?
If you're lucky. If you can do it.
If you can do it, do it.
Why not?
The only thing that's going to hurt you is that if someone scores just as high or if not high, you're going to be like, was it worth playing this special card or anything? Or that? That's where it's going to hurt you, and then you might lose track of other areas of your squad. But I mean, seriously, the bloke's a freak.
Yeah, to be honest, obviously being allowed a goal kick with no Garrick, where Garrick's back this week, which will be a downfall for him this week in terms of his extra points he gets. But the way he's just been able to just keep up with the young fellas is ridiculous.
He's aging like a fine wine.
I heard someone say he's one of the first blokes in the comp right now.
He is.
Because he was everywhere.
He was everywhere. I'm getting worried now because we speak about State of Origin and we're speaking about these players and no one's really stood out from New South Wales, and it's actually getting to me.
Yeah.
Because they're either Kiwis or Queenslanders and it's not helping us.
No. That's true. You make a good point. Makes us a bit worried.
We've got to move on because I'm getting worried. I'm getting worried, Josh. So yeah, my question to you guys, obviously, how do I spend the $20? But I've got a stat for stats don't lie.
Let's go.
In their last 4 meetings, Penrith averaged under 16 points scored against the Tigers. Now I know they played Origin and had a couple of players out, but still, last 4 games they average under 16 points. Don't go and stacking your team with Penrith players just because they're heavy favourites against the Tigers. This is a new Tigers outfit. Lockie Galvin's back. Cleary's still missing. Don't stack your team with Penrith players. That's my stat there. Now my second stat, Josh. Knights beat the Dogs 108-6 in 2023 over 4 games. 66-0 and 42-6.
Yeah.
Do you stack your squad with Knights players?
No.
I just want to target your club, to be honest.
I know.
That's why. They're my stats.
And that's why I got one to target your club.
Here we go.
Roosters haven't beaten Melbourne in 5 years.
It's been a little bit. It's been a little while.
5 years.
5 years.
Mate, you know how many things?
It was the pre. Look, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's alarms going off in my head and on the street.
There's no coincidence.
There's a car alarm. It could be my car. It could be my car, but that's not what we need to worry about right now. Those alarms went off because I'm just thinking 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. And you know why the alarms are going off? Because we won the comp that year. So we break the curse. We beat Melbourne at home on Thursday night. I'll be there getting some SportsShedTV content. Make sure you follow us on all socials. And
we
break the curse. We break the 5 year The alarms, everything. This is fate. It's going to happen now. So thanks for that. Thanks for that stat.
Well, I'm going to counter. I reckon, in terms of that Tiger stat, I reckon you need Brian Toto in your squad. I think he's going to shred through the middle and score a hat trick.
Do you think it's because they're coming off a loss and he hasn't been crazy this year?
Yeah, and
sorry, did you just call it a hat trick?
You call it a hat trick, Brian Toto.
Jeez.
I'm not saying they're going to win, but
I mean, you score a hat trick, it's
as a man.
It's not too soon. It's not. It's fine. It's fine. We'll let it slide.
We'll let it go.
Man.
Yeah.
I put Ezra into that one. Apologies, Ezra, if you're watching.
If he's watching. Yeah, but
yes, ma'am.
I think those stats are ones to watch out for, really.
Yeah, they really are.
Just don't stack your team with nice players.
Don't stack your team with nice players. Don't stack your team with nice players. Absolutely smash your team with nice players. KP in for a big one. Who's poor KPP as well. Honestly, look. Do everything with the mindset of stats don't lie, but your gut also doesn't lie.
Yeah.
Because if I went with my gut, I would have tipped 8 from 8 last week. Instead, I tipped the Cowboys over Para. And I just knew my gut said, pick Para at home. They'll bounce back. So always trust us and trust your gut. That's my advice for you guys.
That's true.
That wraps up the episode. We'll be back next week with another banger of an ep. But please, questions in the Discord, comment section, DM us. Keep them coming in so that we can have a whole segment for it next week. Josh, any final words?
Nah, mate. Keep supporting your squads, your footy squads, every squad.
Every squad.
It's a new week. Let's try and hit the top of the leaderboards.
And my prediction.
Oh, here we go.
Sean Johnson to score 80 again, 80 plus.
Oh, you heard mine already. Brian Toto hat-trick. Must have in your squad. You heard it here first.
All right, guys. That wraps us up. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. And we'll see you next week.
See ya.